Title: The Adventure of Max and Lily. Characters: Max, a brave boy with a love for adventure. Lily, a clever and kind girl who joins Max. Rocky, Max's loyal dog. The wise owl who guides them. The Dark Woods, a mysterious place with hidden dangers and surprises. Chapter 1: A Dream of Adventure. Once upon a time, in a small, quiet village by the river, lived a boy named Max. Max was a brave boy who loved adventure. He would often explore the fields, climb the hills, and follow the river to places he had never been before. Max had a loyal dog named Rocky. Rocky was small, brown, and had a shiny black nose and round, curious eyes. One warm afternoon, Max was sitting under a big oak tree, dreaming of an adventure. He looked at the river and wondered what lay beyond the hills and forests. Just then, an old man from the village came to sit beside him. The old man had a long white beard and kind, wise eyes. "Max," the old man began, "have you ever heard of the Dark Woods?" Max shook his head. "No, what is the Dark Woods?" The old man smiled. "The Dark Woods is a mysterious forest far from here. It is said that deep in the forest, there is a magical treasure. Many people have tried to find it, but none have returned." Max's eyes grew wide with excitement. A magical treasure? It sounded like the adventure he had been waiting for all his life. "I want to find the treasure," Max said eagerly. The old man nodded slowly. "But be careful, Max. The Dark Woods are full of dangers. You must be brave, smart, and strong to reach the treasure." Max felt determined. He wanted to be the first person to find the treasure. He knew he was brave enough, and he had Rocky by his side. The next morning, Max packed a bag with food, water, a map, and his lucky stone. "Let's go, Rocky," he said. Rocky barked happily, ready to join his friend on the adventure. Chapter 2: A New Friend. As Max and Rocky walked through the fields, they saw a hill up ahead. They climbed to the top and saw a girl sitting there. Her name was Lily. She was clever, curious, and always ready to help. She loved solving puzzles and finding hidden things. "Where are you going, Max?" she asked when she saw him. "I'm going to the Dark Woods to find the magical treasure," Max said proudly. Lily's eyes lit up with excitement. "Can I come with you? I am good at finding things, and I know how to read maps." Max thought about it and smiled. He knew Lily would be a great friend on this journey. "Yes, you can come," he said. "We will be stronger together." So now there were 3 friends on the journey: Max, Rocky, and Lily. They walked through the fields, crossed the river, and headed towards the Dark Woods. Chapter 3: Entering the Dark Woods. After a long walk, they finally reached the edge of the Dark Woods. The trees were tall and thick, and the sunlight barely touched the ground. Everything was quiet, and the air was cool. Max took a deep breath. He felt both excited and a little scared. "Are you ready?" he asked Lily and Rocky. They both nodded. Together, they stepped into the Dark Woods. As they walked, they heard strange sounds: the rustling of leaves, the calls of birds, and the snap of twigs underfoot. The forest was dark and shadows seemed to move around them. Suddenly, they heard a soft voice. "Who dares enter the Dark Woods?" it asked. Max and Lily looked around and saw an old owl sitting on a branch above them. The owl's feathers were gray, and its eyes were big and wise. "We are looking for the magical treasure," Max said bravely. The owl looked at them with interest. "Many have come before you, but none have succeeded," the owl said. "The path is dangerous and full of challenges, but I see courage in your hearts." The owl spread its wings and pointed with one feather. "Follow the silver stones on the ground. They will lead you deeper into the woods. But remember, you must work together and trust each other." Max and Lily thanked the owl and looked down. There they saw small silver stones shining in the moonlight. They followed the stones, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Chapter 4: The River of Doubt. After walking for a while, they reached a wide river. The water was dark, and it flowed quickly. Max, Lily, and Rocky stood by the edge, unsure of how to cross. "We can't swim across. The water's too strong," Lily said. Max looked around and saw some logs floating nearby. "Maybe we can use the logs to make a raft," he suggested. Lily smiled. "That's a great idea." They worked together, tying the logs with vines and sticks they found nearby. After some time, they had a small, sturdy raft. They carefully climbed onto the raft, with Rocky sitting in the middle. The river was fast, but Max and Lily used sticks to steer the raft, guiding it safely to the other side. When they reached the other shore, they cheered. They had faced their first challenge and won. Chapter 5. The Maze of Shadows. As they continued, they came to a strange part of the forest. The trees were twisted and there was no clear path. Shadows danced around them, and it was hard to see where to go. "It's like a maze," Max said, looking around. Lily took out the map and studied it carefully. "We have to go left, then right, and then straight," she said. They followed Lily's directions, carefully stepping over roots and ducking under branches. But the shadows seemed to move, making it harder to see. Suddenly, they came to a dead end. Max felt frustrated. "This maze is impossible." But Lily smiled and pointed to a small hole in a tree nearby. Inside, they found a tiny silver stone. "Look, the stones are guiding us," she said. They continued through the maze, following the small silver stones hidden along the way. Finally, they found the exit and stepped out of the maze, feeling relieved. Chapter 6. The Secret of the Treasure. After many challenges, Max, Lily, and Rocky finally reached the heart of the dark woods. In the center, they found a small stone chest covered in vines. "This must be the treasure," Max said, excited. He opened the chest and looked inside. But instead of gold or jewels, they found a small book with the words "Friendship and Courage" written on the cover. Max felt confused. "This isn't a treasure, it's just a book." Lily opened the book and read aloud. "The true treasure is not gold or jewels. The true treasure is the friends you make and the courage you find along the way." Max and Lily looked at each other and smiled. They realized that the journey itself was the real treasure. They had faced dangers, solved puzzles, and found a deep friendship that was more valuable than any gold. Chapter 7. The Journey Home. With hearts full of joy, Max, Lily, and Rocky began their journey back home. They felt stronger and braver than before, knowing they had each other as friends. When they returned to the village, they told everyone about their adventure and the treasure they found in friendship and courage. The village people cheered, proud of Max, Lily, and Rocky. From that day on, Max and Lily were known as the bravest friends in the village. And whenever they looked at the dark woods, they remembered their adventure and smiled.